Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another Team Fortress 2 gameplay commentary. Now today we are going to be playing as a variety of classes due to how bad I did this time. Now I say I did bad, but I looked at the scoreboard and I was about 3-4 somewhere, so yeah. That only leads me to believe like how, I don't know, like how good can you be when you're not like limited by this freaking fraps cutting your frame rate in half. Anyway, I wanted to tell you guys a story, and it's gonna start with the complaint. Anyway, so I got an email from somebody in there like, yeah, you should make more, yeah. And it was a very complainy and not nice email, but it still gave me a bit of a, I need to stop talking like that. Still gave me a bit of a warm feeling inside because it was like someone actually cares. So yeah, and if you are amongst the people who actually care about what I do, and are like, oh no, he hasn't been doing anything in a while. The reason behind that is that we have finals and standardized tests coming up, so I've just mostly been studying in my room for fucking ages. Okay, anyway, on with the story. So my dad was like, hey, come fishing, and I'm like, I gotta do all this homework, because I gotta fuckload of homework, because the teachers are like, oh yeah, this is gonna be a good idea, I'll overload the homework for freaking finals. And so, I'm at home doing my homework, and my mom comes in, she's like, come to the Dogwood Festival, it's gonna be great. And I'm like, well, but this defeats the point, whatever. And so we go, and we're there, and then my mom and my sister are like checking out some booth or whatever. This guy walks up to me, and at the time, I was wearing a Hypnotoad shirt, and like it said "All glory to the Hypnotoad." And this guy walks up to me and he goes, "All glory to the Hypnotoad." I'm like, what? You can't read? And then I look at him and I'm like, no, it says Hypnotoad, and he's like, oh, and then he's like, what the fuck is it? No, he didn't curse. He's like, what's that? And so I told him that it was like a frog that hypnotized people from a TV show. He's like, there's a shirt called All Glory to God. Does it have to do anything about it? I'm like, no. I didn't think about it at the time. And then at this point, he looks me right in the face and goes, are you Christian? And if you know me, I am atheist. However, I am not. I don't like that word because it means against religion, and religion. You can have it if you want, but I don't have one. Anyway, I panicked and said no, and then I was trying to think of religion, and the first thing I think of, I pretend that I'm Jewish to get this guy to go the fuck away. The thing is, he's standing there and he's agreeing with me. He's like, oh, all this stuff is right. And my mom shows up and she's like, no thank you. And then she's like, come on. But seriously, like, pretending that you're Jewish to get some guy to go away from you. It was just really friggin' awkward. And this happened yesterday. Like, you could tell a funny story and have it be funny. Like, but it's really awkward when it happens recently. Now, anyway, there's another bit to the story. Anyway, my sister was using the bathroom because they have porta potties there, and I'm waiting there, and my mom goes off to I don't remember what, and then this other guy walks up to me, and he's like, "So, I hear you're Jewish," and I'm like, "No, that's not me. What are you talking about?" And he's like, "No, my friend said that you're Jewish," and I'm like, "Your friend's silly. I'm not Jewish." It's like, okay, then what religion do you have? I said, while I don't believe in a specific deity, I actually do believe in the fundamental ideals of the ancient Romans, specifically dating around the time period of Emperor Nero. Now, this guy probably knows his history because his face turned fucking white. And he looked at me with like the most horrific expression that anyone has ever looked at anyone. It was so funny. His jaw just dropped and his eyes he was wearing sunglasses, but his eyebrows shot up. And then I looked at him and I went, "Say, do you want to join the voluntary Light the Streets of Rome program?" This guy just looks at me and screams. He turns around and runs.
Let's go, let's go, let's go. You just let
Oh.
Yeah, thanks.
Okay, I'm sorry. You just gotta tell stories, and then you gotta laugh at your own stories, because, you know, it was a dumb story, and it happened yesterday. Okay. If you don't know why that's funny, then go history. I'll tell you. Emperor Nero was a sick fucker. Yeah, his mom planned his ascension to the throne, and with that, he burned down half of Rome to build himself his own pleasure palace. And then when they were like, "Oh, Nero, why did you burn down your city?" He was like, "I ain't burned down your city, what are you talking about, bitch?" And then, like, slapped them in the face with the picket sword. And then he was like, "Oh, it was actually the Christians," and the Christians were like, "What the fuck?" And so they were like, "Oh," and then they shoot, and they were like, "Christians must die." And that's when they started crucifying Christians for just being Christian. And they didn't have public lighting. Yeah, their streets, they were lit by the bodies of Christians. Yes, they would hang people on stakes and then burn them alive for lighting. Yeah.
Go, charge!
Yeah, that's pretty fucking weird. Anyway, I got another story for you fuckers and greedy ass YouTube people. I have the story of Disney and Daphne. For an orchestra thing, we went to Disney World, which is like, yeah, end of the year, $500, go to Disney World. So we go there, and what's his username? I forget. Oh yeah, it's BPT17. He was the guy on the podcast with me, and he did maybe something else. I don't know. Anyway, we went there, and we were like, "Oh well, we just figured out something. If it's not awkward and we can share a bed, then we get the master bedroom." And so we go in there, we get the giant bedroom with like the king size bed and our own personal bathroom, bathtub, shower, friggin' sink, and have 2 sinks, and it has 2 sinks. When something has 2 sinks, you have to take that. So anyway, we're in there, and we called it the Casa de Hitler because of this stupid thing where we might have sympathized with we might have become Nazi sympathizers while we were watching a play about anime. Yeah, we're pretty sick fuckers, aren't we? So yeah, anyway, inside of our giant ass Casa de Hitler, there was this shower, and the shower has a glass door. Normally that's not a problem, but this shower was positioned in a spot where at any part of the room where you're standing, you can see into the shower. So we're like, no, fuck that. I don't want to have to like leave Casa de Hitler while someone's just taking a shower. What's wrong with you? So we ended up grabbing some duct tape. You know, we had to get someone else's extra strength duct tape that they brought. I brought some normal duct tape, and he brought extra strength. So we were like, yeah. Anyway, we go up and we grab a sheet that we weren't using from our bed, and then we tape that to the outside of the shower so that people cannot see into the shower. And yeah, we ended up calling it the ratchet blanket. And then, you know, I might have thrown someone else's soap at him while he was taking a shower, and it might have broken. Oh yeah, despite all those weird ass noises I was just making, you might have noticed I have a hit sound in the gameplay. The hit sound is, yep, that's Richard Nixon, you know, because I'm Richard Nixon, I am not a crook, I am not a water scandal. That like hurts, you know. I bet Richard Nixon had Parkinson's just from doing that, you know, just. These post commentaries need to just me not making weird noises and actually talking, because I bet at least a minute of this is just me just like all over the fucking place. Dead Island's fun. Yeah. If you're like me, then you've probably been given a GameStop gift card at some point in your life, and you're like, yeah, fuck this, I don't have anything to do with this, I'm a friggin', I can't go outside, what's up with you? And so when you try to go outside, and then you melt, and you know, reform back in your house and solidify, and you're like, well, that was a fucking bad idea. And then, you know, I picked up the GameStop gift card one day, and I'm like, huh. And so I went on to GameStop's website, and I found out that they have their own shitty-ass version of Steam. And they were like, oh yeah, you can buy shit on it with the GameStop gift card. I'm like, whatever, it's not gonna be sensitive anywhere else. So I got Dead Island, and I'm like, alright, cool. So, there's a feature on GameStop's version of Steam where you can get a Steam key. Just think about that for a second. GameStop's like, alright, here, we're gonna rival Steam. And you know what one of our biggest features is gonna be? It's gonna be giving people Steam keys. No! What? Granted that they're still paying you the money, you're just using the GameStop gift card online on Steam. That's essentially what it is. And if Steam gives you a game key, doesn't that mean that you've given them any amount of money? Or the developers are like, alright, we're cool with this, and don't the developers do that as well as, like, you know, other people? I mean, what? No! The fuck? Yeah, and Dead Island is fun, however, it is not good optimized. So I ended up getting Dead Island Helper, which helps. Yes, it helps. Just to what extent is, you know, so that you know, long ass thing of me knowing what I'm talking about, and then, you know, the last 4 minutes of the video where I have no idea what I'm talking about, and I'm just going, yeah, was a, you know, fuck Oktoberfest shit fest. Anyway, thank you for watching and listening to these two separate things, and goodbye. Well, that was really shitty. I need to redo that, because, you know, that was complete shit. Goodbye. That was also shit. Goodbye.
Who stopped pushing the cart?